What's up, guys? MonkeyTang back at it again. Today, I'm going to do a controller mod for the PlayStation 4. I'm going to show y'all how to get from plano to pretty, yeah. So, I'm going to take that one apart. That's actually my dad's PlayStation controller, his PlayStation 4 controller. I'm going to take it apart. I got these little blue chrome buttons here. Get these out of the box real quick. Little blue chrome buttons for the PlayStation 4 controller. A little mod. Make it look bad. Bad to the bone, that is. And you see this little here? The touchpad for the PlayStation 4. These, you can't use the chrome buttons. You can't use these because there's so much paint in between your finger and the touchpad. It doesn't work. It screws it up and makes it all wonky, and it's horrible, and it's just a really pain in the head headache. See, I've done quite a bit. I got some parts here that I've done. I have parts here that I've done. I've done a few controllers so far. And on my dad's controller, this one, lighting is key. This one, we will be putting on the blue chrome buttons and the blue metal thumbsticks. See, listen. Clinking. These are metal and they're actually kind of cool. They look good. I like them. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So let's get into it. Okay, this obviously is your PlayStation 4 controller. Now, we are going to be modding to look like this. The blue chrome buttons all around with your blue thumbsticks. These are metal and they work pretty well. I like it. This is actually my girlfriend's controller. I modded for her. This whole front faceplate here, this is all going to be blue chrome once it comes in the mail. But I'll show you all that later, maybe. Actually, I will. I'll show you all that in another video. But we're going to get from this, or from this to this. So, first thing you need to do is have your buttons all laid out and get ready to go. I'm going to set these off to the side here. And then we grab this baggie here. I'm going to set all these out. Now, like I said, we cannot use this blue chrome touchpad here because there's just too much paint in between your finger and the actual pad that goes on the inside. It makes it completely it makes it all wonky, you know? It's horrible. When you go to move the little circle around for like your keyboard on there, it jumps around. It doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and you just don't get a good gameplay. So this one, we don't need it. So what you're going to need is your basic tools. Little Phillips heads here. I don't know if you can see that. Focus. Focus. It's not going to focus. But you get it. Little Phillips heads here. As small as you can get it because the screws on here are very small. I cannot get this thing to focus the way I want it to. But they're pretty small. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is to take it apart. Take out all your screws, put them in a spot where you know you're not going to lose them. And there's only 4 screws, so if anyone's thinking that there's a screw hidden behind this little piece here, there's not. There is not one there. So, first step, take out all the screws. Get them all out of there. And if you come across some that are dirty, wipe them off, get it all cleaned up, make it look nice. That way when you're done modding your controller, you have a beautiful work of art that you can look at while you play whatever your game is, your game of choice, Call of Duty or Tomb Raider, Uncharted, or whatever. Now, what you want to do here is there's a line right here, and there's a line right here. It clearly separates the front from the back. You want to kind of push on it a little bit, but once you get it going, it's going to sound like it's breaking, but it's not really breaking. It's just going to pop. See, it sounded like it broke, but it didn't. Now, it's going to fall apart easily after that, but what you want to be very cautious about is these back buttons here. The triggers, they come off very easily. So what you want to do is be very, very, very careful with that, because if you lose the spring on the inside, well, you're out of luck if you lose that. So my thing I can tell you, which I just disconnected this one, so you just pull it off slow so you don't pop out that spring. Now there's a ribbon in here that you want to disconnect right here. So what you want to do is take your thumb and your pointer finger and gently remove that. There's a little slot right here that it goes into. And then of course, everything else, the battery, you want to take that, pull it out. Comes out very easy. Put that aside. Then you got this little plate here where the battery sits on. You just want to pop that off without breaking anything, which is very easy to come off. And it also has a little reset button here, so when you push that, it resets. But now the second step is there's another ribbon right here. That's another one that you want to pull off. But first, bam, there's a screw. You want to get that and you want to take it off, so you can get to, voila, the inside buttons. So we're going to pop this little screw out of here. Now all the screws are the same size, but the heads are not. So you want to keep the screws separate so you know which spot it goes into. So we're going to I'm going to pull this little tab here, pull that out. It slides out just like the other one. It slides out fairly easy, and then you just wiggle it a little bit and out comes everything. Whoop, I dropped a button. push that tab down a little bit because there's a little hole that it goes through. I want to see if y'all can see this. There's a little hole that it goes through right there. See? You can see my hand through the little hole. That's where that little ribbon goes through. And on this side, this is a little bit different from my other controller. You have this big green layout here. This one's blue. It actually looks really nice. I think this was the first generation controllers, I do believe. Now these are most definitely different. Yeah, so to take off these parts here, the triggers, you just want to bend it backwards and it pops right off. You can leave these springs in place. So that way they don't fall off. So go ahead and get rid of these, put them aside. Go ahead and take this one out because we no longer need this one. And I do believe that it is stuck. No, it's not. Get that? And then you have this one, this part here, ribbon, everything's clean. Just put it aside for right now because you're gonna put that back on, obviously. Then you got your thumbsticks here. They just pop off. Pretty simple. Put those aside. Get those out of there. Then you have your R1, then your L1 here. You just want to kind of lift forward a little bit, wiggle, 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 and bam, comes out. Lift forward, which forward is where the toggles are. This one, lift this way, wiggle, 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 pop, comes right off. Of course, you want to get down and jiggy on here, which you take off all these little these little rubber pieces here that where all the buttons connect to the actual touch boards, and then you just dump them out. That wasn't supposed to do that. So now you have a empty controller face here. Now this, you can replace it with something different that has artwork on it, but do not get the chrome plated ones. Those suck. So these, like if you get a plastic one that has an art piece on it, that works very well. But if you get the chrome plated one, the touchpad chrome plate, it does not work all that well. You're going to have a lot of grief on that. But to do that, you just push it down here. In goes the front part where that little lip is right here. In. And then it just kind of swivels down. Bam. It's in place. So, now we have, this is all cleaned off, ready to rock and roll. You get your black buttons out of the way. And then, without further ado, you just start filling in the little buttons that, you know, of your choice. Go ahead and get this done real quick. And it's very easy to do it. I've been modding my controllers since the original Xbox came out. Actually, no. I've been modding my controllers since the Nintendo 64 came out. Once I learned how to mod controllers, I've been doing it. And I've modded my game systems, my Xboxes, and my PlayStations. I've been modding them for as long as I can remember. And I've just been having a lot of fun with it because it is a whole lot of fun to me to mod controllers. I don't know if y'all have a specific way of doing things or you just like the original pieces, but me, myself, and I like doing it my way. You got your thumbsticks, right? You got little holes right here. Now it's very simple to install a thumbstick. You just match up the hole with the actual thumbstick piece here. Bam. It's on. Rock on, rock on. You get that lovely, crisp, clean click. Works every time. Work, 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 work. Now, for the blue chrome bumpers. Okay, so what I did not realize is that this is an older generation controller, which is not that big of a problem. So what you can do is you got to make sure that the pieces that you get for your controller, you got to make sure you have the right kind of buttons for that specific controller. I can't talk right now. But what you can do is just like black and blue. So that's what we're going to do right now. And we just easily put these things, put the bumpers back on, which you have a groove here. And you have these little nubs here. See them? The little nubs right here. They go in the groove just like so. Once you get the button turned the right way, and bam, it goes right back on. And you might have that deal where the thumbstick, it falls off, but that will not happen once you have the controller back together. But right now, we're gonna put these bumpers back on, and I'm gonna have to buy the right buttons for this mod. But until then, I'm just going to continue to mod it the way I know that I can get it done. So that is on. We got the black the black bumpers here. And then simple step here to take the blue chrome triggers, and we're going to set them in here. Super easy. There is a groove here, a little loop groove. You put your fingernail right in there. There goes that thumbstick again. Jeez. I don't know if you, yeah, there you go. You see that little groove right there. That thumbstick. The trigger sits right in that groove, right on top of that spring, clicks in, and bam, you have your thumbstick. You got your thumbstick right there. Bam. So once you get your thumbstick, oh my gosh, I cannot think right now. Your triggers. Jeez Louise Ethel. There goes the other one. Jeez Louise Ethel. So we're going to put these back on so that way the thumbsticks will stop falling off. You got your triggers. Bam. Okay. Now you take your thumbsticks and you put them back on. Jeez. Oh my gosh. I have nerve damage in my hands. This is not as easy as people think. For me, anyway. You got your thumbsticks. You got your black and your blue trigger and bumpers up here. And then also you have all your buttons laid down here, which you want to take your PS button here, your power button. You want to stick that bad boy right in there. Yes, sir. We gonna learn today. And some of them have these extra excess plastic on the sides where it came off of the assembly line. But you can just scrape that off. It's not gonna hurt it. Put that little button down in there. Bam. You're Gucci. You are good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these pads and we're going to put them back where they go. So that way your controller will once again work properly in the way it's supposed to work. Now you gotta remember where these pads go, because if you don't, you might be in a little bit of trouble. And they always need to go black facing up. You don't want to put it down the other way, because your controller will no longer work. So these black balls here, or black pads, should be facing this way. So we just take all these, put them back where they go, push them down in the little groove that's supposed to be in. Voila! You have yourself a customized controller. Customized to your fitting, your liking, the way you want it. Now, the next part is the funnest part. Putting it back together. So, first things first. You take this here with your triggers and your thumb pads. Oh my gosh, your triggers, your bumpers, your thumbsticks. Turn that bad boy upside down and hold them, and that way you are able to, well, able to place it where it goes back on top here. So now that you have the piece down the way you want it, you just simply hold it in place, take that screw that you unscrewed out of here, put it back where it goes, and simply put it back in to hold it down in place. That way nothing moves. Don't get it too tight, because if you crack this chip here, ooh, let me tell you, mama gonna be mad. Well, in my case, my daddy would be mad, because this is his controller. So, you want to reattach this ribbon right here where it goes, and this little vanilla looking color piece. It just fits right in the groove. So you grab it by the tab itself, little plastic piece here, and you want to work it into the little slot, so that way it is good to go. But once that is secure back in the spot where it's supposed to be, then ideally you want to put this plate back on top. If you can't do it while this plate is on there, you can't just slide it on. You want to put that on first before you put this little black plate back on there. And then you just put it back like it came. Take your battery, pop that back on there, and then you have your other side of the controller, which you want to take this ribbon here and put it back in the slot where it goes. Once you get it in there, secure, everything is going to work fine. Nothing is going to be wrong. Unless you break it yourself, then you're in trouble. Like I said, mama is not going to be happy. So you're going to be careful putting everything back together the way it's supposed to be. You don't want to accidentally knock off your triggers here, because then you got to take it apart again, put them back on, and then go from there. So we got this piece on. You're going to make sure everything goes on smoothly. That way your controller is going to work smoothly with no problems. It might take you a second to get everything lined up, because no one's perfect. It's not always going to do it the first time right away. And if you run into problems, don't fret, don't freak out. Just take your time, line it up. Like so. Now we got everything back in its place. Everything looks good. Everything feels good. And just in case you're wondering, well, you didn't show us the power button. How do we know it works? Well, you see this little line head right here? bam. The controller still works. Nothing's wrong with it. You got your triggers, you got your bumpers, you got your option button, your share button, your power button, your thumbsticks. All these buttons, everything works perfectly fine. The only part is there's no indication of what these buttons are anymore. Oh no! But if you're a hardcore gamer or just a really good gamer and you know your controller well enough, you know what these buttons are by heart, like I do. And my family's, you know, we're all gamers. So, everything works great. Everything looks great. I just wish these buttons here, the bumper buttons, I wish I could have put these on there because it wasn't the right button. The whole back end does not look the same as the inside on these. So that is a dud. So now that we got this looking all sexy like, the black bumpers, oh, that's irritating me. So now the last step of what you gotta do, you gotta put these screws back in. And then after you get these screws in, buddy, let me tell you what, you are home free. Home free. After this little part right here, get these screws in. And I just dropped one. You can tighten them if you want to, but it ain't gonna really do you any good to like really crank down on it to tighten them, because all you need is a good hand tighten, you know, a little finger tight that'll hold it just fine. It'll be a-okay with the finger tight. Just kind of push in a little bit, do a little finger tightening here. Be a-okay. Get this going in. Get this going in. Oh yeah. Get these screws down in there. Get them down and good in there. You know, tight and whatnot. And there you have it. Simple. You have your modded controller. Customizable, everything. I even have these little stickers here that show up on the LED here, little light bar. Now, you can get them on Amazon cheap. They come on these little sheets. They have all different kinds of designs here. They have millions and millions and millions of designs for these, which I think is pretty cool. So you can do that. Like I said, you can get them on Amazon. And well, there you have it, folks. PlayStation 4 customized controller. Everything works good. I'm happy. I'm out of here. Peace out. Go out there, tell somebody you love them because they need to hear it. And get out there, have fun, and be safe. I love each and every one of you monks. And I need y'all. I really need y'all. Tell somebody you love them, because people get discouraged sometimes. So go out there, tell somebody you love them. I hope you like this video. Please drop a like. I will get better at these because I will be doing more. This is the first time doing a how-to video. Do it yourself, I guess. DIY, whatever you want to call it. But I hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video, share it with all your friends, and hey, hit me up if you ever want a modded controller. I'll do it for you. I love you guys. See you guys in the next video. I'll race you there. Time starts right now. See you guys later.